Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are talking Week 14 preview between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Browns are 5-7 and the Bengals are 1-11. Not really any NFL playoff action going on here, but from a fantasy perspective, we don't really care how important the game is for real football. So looking at the Vegas lines here, the implied point total for Cleveland is 24, Cincinnati 17 with an over-under of about 41.5. So Cleveland are the heavy favorites in this game, and I'm expecting the over-under to be pretty close to the actual score. So it's not expected for this to be too high scoring of an affair, but that doesn't mean that there won't be good fantasy assets out there. So starting with the Cleveland side of the ball, I think Baker Mayfield is a really good play this week. Cincinnati is a much weaker defense than Pittsburgh. Even though Mayfield had a bad game last week, I think he rebounds and plays strong at home this week. He has plenty of pass catching options with Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, and Kareem Hunt coming back. I think Baker is a really good play this week. I'd rather play him than, say, Josh Allen versus the Ravens this week. From a running back perspective, we're really starting to see everyone's fear with drafting Nick Chubb in the draft season. People are worried about Kareem Hunt coming back in Week 10 and stealing his thunder. So while Nick Chubb has still continued to be a really good running back, it's definitely taking a hit out of his passing volume. Kareem Hunt has received almost all of the pass attempts in the running backfield. So Nick Chubb's upside has been capped, and because Kareem Hunt has been doing really well, he's also been stealing some of his touchdown upside. So I don't think you can bench Nick Chubb in this game, especially not against against the Bengals, but don't expect the ceiling that you were getting out of Nick Chubb before Kareem Hunt was here. If you have Kareem Hunt, you got to keep rolling with him, especially in a PPR league. He hasn't scored less than 10 points yet. He's been a tremendous flex play, and if he continues playing the way that he has, he's going to be a league winner. From a wide receiver perspective, you have to start Jarvis Landry. He's been phenomenal. Odell Beckham is a little bit more interesting of a play. You still have to play him. I think he has a good week, but Cincinnati has been a bit tougher against the wide receivers than you'd expect. So if Odell Beckham has a moderate to low scoring game, I wouldn't be surprised. But again, with a talent like Odell Beckham, at this point, if you've had him, you already know that he's been a bit up and down, but this is a week that he could do really well. And then David Njoku looks like he's going to be back this week, but I don't plan on starting him first week back. We have no idea the kind of snap counts he's going to get, so this is more of a collect data kind of game. From a defensive perspective, Cleveland's defense should have a really decent week. I do try to avoid divisional games when at all possible, but at this point of the year, almost every game is a divisional game, so you're probably going to have to start a team in a divisional game at some point. So I'm comfortable with Cleveland at home as a good start this week. On the Cincy side of the ball, you're not starting Andy Dalton. Don't get cute with it. There's no incentive to do that, even in a 2-quarterback league. Running backs, this is where it gets tricky as well. I don't expect Joe Mixon to have a good game. Cleveland has been incredibly stingy against the run, and this could quickly turn into a game where Cincy is playing catch-up, and they're not going to be running the ball as much. Joe Mixon might be able to save his day with some passing volume, but at the end of the day, if you have a good option, you might want to consider pivoting off of Joe Mixon, because I think he will end up underperforming this week. From a receiver perspective, you are going to start Tyler Boyd, and you are not going to start anyone else. And there's no tight end trust with Uzama or Tyler Eifert either, so it's pretty much Boyd and dust. You're also not starting the Cincinnati defense, so really I'm only person that I'm confident starting on the Cincy side of the ball is Tyler Boyd. As I said, I feel like this game will go pretty close to the Vegas line. I expect the Browns to win this one pretty handedly, and I don't expect the Bengals to put up too much of a fight. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe for more. Take care.